YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm kind of, tied up between visiting my dad and taking care of the family, and also moving my store. So everything's slowly streamlining together, nice and flowy, and it hasn't been too hectic for me. So somebody sent me an email and asked me, Mike, how do we get out of this? Like, level with me. What do we do to fix this problem? It's very simple. We've set ourselves up in a position where we believe that spending more will get us out of this problem. If you guys remember what happened on 9/11, they said, go out and spend, go out and spend, go out and spend. Remember that? Well, 2006 hits, 2007, everything popped. We overinflated asset values and basically in the United States, and other countries jumped on their economic movements, jumped on real quick and started moving things around and lowering rates. That's why Australia didn't get hit so hard, neither did Canada, and neither did the UK, because they kind of had measures into place to protect them. So now the bubble in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the UK has been going on a lot longer, right? Than the 2006 correction in the United States. So it's been going on longer than that, more longer than that. So right now we are in a spending. We believe that spending is going to get us out of this. The service industry is going to get us out of this. We are green. We are more service industry. We don't believe in production. Well, guys, if we want to get out of this mess, and straight up, we need to produce more than spend more. So we need to produce. And the way to produce wealth and conserve wealth instead of debt building is by producing. That's the way out. Increasing production, increasing our work, our labor force, increasing the middle class, blue collar jobs, getting people out to make more tires, make more batteries for electric cars, create, and a good, healthy, strong GDP and a country's good economic standards is built off production and exports. Exports and production are really good. That's why Donald Trump is looking at all these bad deals. That we're losing on this. This is horrible. Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? So he that's why he puts tariffs and does all that stuff. To kind of protect the American economy, I guess, or bring back the economy to a different standard. Right? I get where he's coming from. I get it, and I don't blame him, because we sold all the jobs out in the late 70s up into the 90s. We lost all our industry, most of our industry, not everything, but we lost a good majority of it. And now they're looking at rectifying this somehow, right? Now, do sanctions work? Isolation of a country. If a country gets sanctioned and isolation and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think it does work to shrink a nation's GDP economy and destroy its inflationary levels. And you know why? I spoke to somebody today from Iran. An old friend of mine that I've known for years hit me up today on Skype and said, "Hey, Mike, what's going on, dude? I'm in Iran. I've been in Iran for 2 weeks now. I'm just visiting family. I'm leaving next week." I'm like, "How are things? What's going on there?" He's like, "Mike, I know I watch your channel sometimes. I just want you to know that inflation right now is sitting at anywhere from 30 to 50% in Iran. And our economy shrank like 30%. I was blown away when he told me that inflation was at like 30%. It could be 50. I was like, what? So I couldn't fathom that, like I just have a really tough time grasping those numbers. It's like 30% inflation. I mean, Canada goes nuts when inflation goes to 4%, and they got to make up stories and stuff, and change the job figures and make everything look all rosy and dandy. You know what I'm saying, right? Just to compensate for 1 or 2% over, or to get our inflation rate, like, make it look like it's in check. So people don't panic. Holy crap! And mind you, Iran is very very, very, very heavily dependent on oil. So is Angola, and so is Venezuela. Venezuela's disappeared off the spotlight, off the whole spotlight, news spotlight. I'm not hearing much about it anymore. But the answer to your question is, how do we fix this problem we're in? We need to start producing. We need to produce. Start making mountain bikes. Start making electric cars. Start making... this creates jobs. In turn, this creates more people spending. And this creates government growth because they tax our wages, which they shouldn't be doing, but they tax our wages for our labor. And this gets production. We need to increase our production levels, plain and simple. And the Feds, Wall Street, they're all looking for ways to print money, and they're looking for ways to get out of this problem by spending. Spending won't solve our problems, guys. I'm sorry. We're in a spending throwaway culture right now we're living in, and it's not going to work, guys. I'm sorry. As much as, gold's going up. Why? Because everyone's pushing away from the American dollar. American dollar is not so popular right now. People are moving their reserves into gold, cryptocurrency, and you could see it in the markets. Gold went up $20 today, right? So gold is sitting at 1,400 and something change right now. That's a big deal for gold. It's showing. It's the telltale signs of where things are headed. Watch gold. Heck, watch coffee. Watch where coffee's been going. Coffee's been severely undervalued, like oil, severely undervalued. Why? Because they got to keep prices as suppressed as much as possible, to suppress prices as much as possible to keep us consuming to be able to afford to live day to day. Because once we can't afford to live day to day and eat and do our basics, we're in a lot of trouble. You see it in the bond market. Look at the bond market. It's below 2 points. Who the heck is going to put their money in a 10-year bond? Anyways, quantitative easing, all this stuff that's happening, we need to start producing. That's the answer. Plain and simple. Service industry is just not going to work anymore. Like Mack, like Mack Trucks and Peterbilt, and Mack, Peterbilt. What's the other one? Freightliner. Their sales are going down in transporting. Like their sales are going down in those long haul trucks in Canada because they're starting to realize people aren't consuming as much. They're not spending as much. Are they saving? No. People just don't have money. People are tapping into their HELOCs. They're tapping into their lines of credit, and the economy looks like it's going well. It's doing fine, but people are consuming through other means and not by income, work income, salaries, payroll. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to support this transmission and buy me a coffee, go ahead and join our family on Patreon. Link right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for the question. We need to produce. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.